What's happening, guys? Hope everyone's doing good, hope everyone's doing great. So today I want to show you something that I found very interesting that's been happening on gold, but it's something that I haven't really been seeing a lot of on gold in recent times, which is the dead cat bounce. Yeah. So the dead cat bounce is something you see when gold makes a big move up. So for example, a big move up from here, where it leaves a massive void, between here and here, where there's not many orders in this gap, as you can see, right? And the previous level of resistance is very clearly this level here. So, how to figure out when price is gonna make its way down to here, or through here to fill this void, yeah? So normally, you'd see price, the usual, reach up to a high, boom, 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 break a structure, one second, sorry, forgive me, create a high near a high, well, near the real high, and then break a structure, dip below, deviation, let me mark this for you, deviation, and then the raid above, and then another drop below, last point of supply, and then a crash, right? That's cool. You know how to find that. Now, price normally gets confusing down here, because this is the last area of accumulation before this massive void in price of no real tested areas, right? So here we've got a very good level of support, boom, 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 another good level of resistance, turn support, boom, 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 right? Now here, we have price come back down quite sharply, which is one thing that you do want to see, when price comes down quite sharply and reacts sharply, right? So price would create a high, and remember, this is at the bottom of the accumulation before the void, yeah? So price will bounce off, create a high, then trade above it, creating a deviation. You know how we love our deviations. Also creating a head and shoulders, as you know, boom, boom. But the interesting thing is here. Now here, you get this break of structure, so price creates this structure after dipping back down, can't get back above, key thing as well, make sure it doesn't get back above, then it comes back down, creating a lower low, right? And now, the important thing is for price not to get back above again. So then price pushes up here again, pushes down, up, so you'll be able to get short here, because price shouldn't get back above here anyway, right? Now, what happens here is price bounces off this area again, fails again to get back above, and then dwindles off. This is why it's called a dead cat bounce, because it's like, yeah? And then it goes straight down to fill this void, clear this void, yeah? So then price will go back into the last point of any clear price action that was orders consolidating. So here you can see that level of resistance is valid. So now if I just go back just a little bit, I'll show you it happening again here. So price starts this move from down here, big move up. The last point of accumulation, just like before, is over here in the middle, right? So I can call this block here, boom, right? Let's make that a bit lighter, it's a bit too dark. And the same thing happens, so we get the same thing, price creates the high, let me mark this, yeah, trades below it, breaking the structure, runs back above, stops the high, as you can see. I have to make it bigger, you can see it stops that previous high. Price then fails to get back above it, drops down, cool. Comes back into this area of the previous area of accumulation, but it's not the last area of support or resistance. As you can see, previous resistance was really over here, right? So here we know price going back down to this low. So now here's where we see for sure, because here you can get price to come back down here and then fly back up, which I'll give you an example of as well. So we get the same setup, price makes that sharp move down, bounces up, creates the high, right? Then we get the break of the structure. Remember, this low creates the structure, we get that same break of structure. Price pushes up, can't get above this high. So here you wanna go in a trade, stop loss above the high, because it won't get above there. Price fails, gets back down, comes back again, can't get above this high, exact same thing. And then, you see it. You see it, right? To fill this is all a void as well, because this was a void that just got filled from this move, and then this void as well still was just filled here. Last area of real resistance is probably around here. So if we mark that there. Yep. So see, price didn't get all the way there. Right? But if you wanted to say here, this wouldn't be a bad shot as well. Because previous resistance, turn support. You would have been happy with that as well. You know what I mean? But anyway, you would have known your aim is this area here. So the reason why you have to wait for this, for the dead cat bounce, is because you get things that happen like this, where you get a very similar setup. Price is done the same beginning play here, sharp move down. The beginning play starts off the same. Boom. There's no raid. Remember, you gotta have the raid deviation. Oh no, this one didn't. You don't have to have the raid. Sorry, the raid is not consequential. It's not head and shoulders pattern, right? So what you want, the main thing is you want the break of structure, right? So when price made this move up, it came down here. Yeah. This is where price came down to. So what you would have wanted here is the break of structure, price to trade below here, then push above, up back into here, fail, yeah, which would have been approximately here, and then come back up to for the last attempt, where you would get in, and then in to take the low, right? But remember, the break of structure is the key thing that will make this setup valid. Without this break of structure here, this is not the setup. Right? The head and shoulders does help, but it's not very important. But if you really want to be cheeky, we can go down on a 1 minute time frame, and then I can show you. Here's that. Oops, sorry. Yeah, there's the head and shoulders anyway. Right? Sometimes you won't see it on the high time frame, but it's always there anyway. Yeah. But that's just me being extra for you, just so you know I'm not just trying shit. Anyway. Yeah. So the head and shoulders was there, but the break of structure has to be there also. You understand? That's what makes the setup. It has to have all the things calibrated. A sharp move down from a big move up, from a big move down previously, a continuation wave, boom, so that this can set up to be a continuation wave. And then also, when it doesn't create a continuation wave, it might also be set up to find out when the price has bottomed, because that would be a change in character. Because if price is bottomed, then you'd see price start behaving differently as it is now, as opposed to of recent, since 1 o'clock. Yep, so since 1 o'clock, it's just been boom, 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 and now we can see price has finally broken resistance structure and is now trying to push up, which shows price is trying to go higher. Right, now you could still end up back below here. Now if you do end up back below here, you already know what we're looking for. This setup, and then yeah. So that's something I found quite interesting that's been happening on gold, a lot of dead cat bounces, and I've realised I don't really talk about dead cat bounces, so I just wanted to discuss that with you guys. Hopefully you find that educational and you've learned something from it, and yeah, more trades on the way. Peace and love.